England take on Latvia. We've got another game before the end of the international break, so stay tuned to the very end to get my thoughts ahead of this. Predicted lineup, preferable lineup, score prediction, you name it. Keen to get you involved too. If you're new, please do like and subscribe. Thank you very much. A million views, firstly, so 1 million views across the YouTube channel since creation. Just incredible, by the way. So thank you so much for your continued support and love. Let's get straight into it then. So Latvia, firstly, are ranked 137th in the world, and England are ranked 4th at the moment. Latvia, who we're playing, got a very similar flag to Austria, haven't won a match in their last 6 attempts. So 6 games, no victory at all. So their results in the last 5 games or so is 2-2 draw. They lost 1-0 twice. They drew 1-1. They drew 0-0. So they're in games. It's tight. Whereas for England, it's 4 wins and a loss in the last 5. That loss coming, which is a 3-1 loss against Senegal. But the impressive thing for Austria, I say impressive, and it never is when you get that kind of record, but the 3 of them are draws, and they've only, those losses are just by 1 goals in those 6 matches, so pretty impressive. So it's taking place in Latvia. The stadium has a capacity of 10,461. Weather forecast is meant to be 7 degrees, so quite cold and rainy. It's Tuesday the 14th of October, 7:45pm UK time, so 7:45 kick-off. It's a World Cup qualification match, UEFA round 8. So the referee is Greek. I don't know if you can try and say his name, Antisios Sipiloudou. I'll tell you what, I will try and say his name. There you go. That is his lineup. But in terms of team news, so Quanza's withdrawn through injury. Watkins is a doubt as well through injury. Nicoloto is their manager, and Thomas Tuchel, of course, is our manager. Just trying to look if there's any players that I recognise there, and I'm going to be totally honest with you, there isn't. There isn't, I'm afraid. In terms of the table in this in particular group, then England top the group with 5 games played and 15 points on the board. That's 15 points from 5 games. And a goal difference of positive 13. Latvia sit 4th out of 5th. They have 5 points on the board from 6 games and a negative 4 goal difference, whereas England have that positive 13 goal difference. So there we go. Head to head then, there's only been 1 game between the 2 sides. It goes back to March the 24th. And England won 3-0 against Latvia. On screen would be my preferable lineup, and if you don't understand what that kind of means or how it works, what we do at the channel is I give what my lineup will be if I was Thomas Tuchel. It'd be a bit different than we get into a predicted lineup. So Pickford in goal, a back line I'd keep the same because it's very good against Wales. I know it only is Wales, you can't really test it kind of against that, but still I think this is a very good defence out of what we've got available anyway after James withdrawn from injury. So Konsa right back against Spencer left back. Spencer made his first start for England and he done very well up against Brennan Johnson, and I've Gahey and Stones as centre backs. I mean, Gahey got 2 assists in the last game, so real credit to him for that. Then in midfield I'll go with Rice, Anderson and Rodgers. I think that's what I'd go with. So Rice in the 6, Anderson in the 8, Rodgers in the 10. So this is all the same so far, but this is where it does change for me. I'll go with Kane down the middle if he's fit enough, Bowen on the right and Rashford down the left. So that's what pretty much, it is a whole different front three. I think behind that is, you've got to experiment things, and at the same time England are pretty much home and dry and qualified, but they've got to still win 1 more game to make sure they do qualify. If we win this, we are through to the World Cup, which will happen anyway. It's just a matter of when we do it, who we face and all that malarkey. But Rash has been very good. Be good to see him. Bowen from the start as well, of course, under a new manager for his club now, West Ham Nuno, for a very short period of time he has been. So I just think it's a case of trialling players, and there's no reason why we should go with the same team against Wales. Rotation's very important in these games. At the same time, we don't need drastic changes. In terms of predicted 11 then, I actually think it'll be Gordon instead of Kane. I think Gordon might start down the middle, and I think we will see Bowen and Rashford. I think he might make 1 change in midfield, like we might see Gibbs White instead of Anderson, so you swap the Forest boys around. So no more than 1 or 2 changes from Thomas Tuchel, I think, will actually happen. But score prediction in this game is hard to predict. I think Latvia are a competitive side but can't seem to get the result. But at the end of the day, England should be and probably will be winning this game, because you're talking about Latvia staying in the game against the kind of average, kind of poor opposition. England are a top side, and I think England win this. Maybe not quite as comfortably as Wales, though. I'm going to go with 3-1 England. I think Bowen's going to get a goal. Who else do I think is going to score? I think Gordon will get one. And the third one, I think, will be someone like Henderson off the bench. An unlikely goal scorer, I see it being. So 3-1 England for me. So that's my preferable lineup. Predicted lineup. Score prediction, thoughts ahead of the game. So get involved in the comments below. Anything you heard and discussed in today's video. But most importantly, do get involved with your score prediction, how you think this game's going. But from an England point of view, you have to be confident. That first half against Wales, England were superb. I was there at Wembley myself. But took off the gas, foot off the gas a little bit in the second half. And I do agree with Tuchel a little bit. The atmosphere, it was poor. And when the fans don't reward a performance, most notably when the fans don't get behind the players, it does rub off onto the pitch. I think England in particular, when the changes were made, we lost momentum and rhythm, and that's where fans, your job is, especially when you're winning as well, to get behind the team and, support those substitutes. And I just felt really flat. It was Wales fans were, boosting their side, and the players were playing better as a result of it, which ended in, for loads of different reasons, total dominance from Wales in the final 15-20 minutes of proceedings because of the atmosphere around the stadium. I don't think Tuchel chose the right time to call that out, the Wembley atmosphere, because there's a problem with the Wembley atmosphere. I think no home end is a big thing, but he chose the wrong time to call it out, being a Thursday night game, against Wales in a friendly, and 78,000 have turned up, 90,000 tickets have been sold. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And there is a problem with the Wembley atmosphere, but there's a time and a place to address that. But staying on topic, like I said, 3-1 England for me in this game. But come on, England, hopefully we can confirm our place in the World Cup 2026, which I have a good chance we can do very well in, if not win. So thank you very much, and a massive come on, England.